can't waste it.
Okay, so you watched? Okay, does everybody in here watched Arcane or care about
No,
it? You never watched it, Condex? Do you care if we talk
no,
about it? Do you care if I spoil it?
no. Go ahead. I don't care.
Okay. I'm just double checking because I know some people get pissed about that stuff. They're like, "Why do you want to
Yeah,
talk about it?"
I'm like midway through season 1, so if you couldn't spoil it, that'd be great.
Fuck. Do you really want me to not spoil it?
Time to stop streaming. It's over. GG.
Actually, I
No,
don't think
fucking
I don't
later.
think we're gonna. I don't think we're gonna spoil it. Let's just go.
Everyone dies.
Yeah.
Got him.
All right. Based on let's choose Powder. Okay. What is she? Do you think in this quadrant of beliefs? Do you think she is where she should be?
Absolutely.
I
Ace.
wouldn't consider her very free, dude. She's kind of changed to Silco.
She might waste her money. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like she'd waste her money.
But like individuality,
I
freedom of
would
choice.
I would not.
Where would you put her?
I don't know. She kind of does whatever Silco wants, but she does it in her like. It's kind of like the illusion of freedom.
Oh,
I
you
guess.
know that actually makes sense. This is why I asked you. So like she's not up here. I would say she's more like society takes priority over one's wants. So society like would mean like Silco, right? I guess.
Yeah, her duty to Silco, because she sees him as like a father figure. So like anything that he asks, she does. There's
So-
no freedom of choice there. There's no.
Would you actually put her like all the way down here, or would you go like up?
I don't know. That's a tough one. She's kind of insane. Let's pick a different character.
Okay,
No one's too hard.
I think you've just like you spotted like something I totally did not recognize, that she's dutiful to Silco. So I'd put her. I'll say like we'll put her like here. I think here's fine, because like she's not super to society, right? But she's duty to him. So she has some
Like I would
duty.
argue that she did stand for freedom before Vi left her. You know.
Oh yeah,
And
but
now she's
yeah,
just,
you're
like,
right. This
lost.
is Act 2. Yeah.
She's lost in the
Yeah.
sauce, brother.
All
She's
right.
lost in the sauce.
What's I've already known that Singe stays here forever.
Freedom and power.
Yes.
Sure.
He
I don't know enough about like in season 2, Act 1. He doesn't really have a whole lot of screen time.
Let me spoil it for you. It's this. the whole series.
There you go. Hell yeah, I respect it.
Okay.
He does what
So
he wants. He does what he wants. When
do
he
with
wants
it.
for power.
Do with it what you will.
I kind of, you see it
That's what
coming.
he said.
Okay. Of the, let's say, Jace.
Jace, he's a good one.
Right.
Let's see.
Okay.
I think he would be farther up in freedom.
Really?
I mean, he's kind of like the opposite of Heimerdinger. So Heimerdinger is like this guy that is kind of like, don't do anything brash, don't do anything that's gonna like impact society. I guess his.
You're kind
all
of
of
right
these
though.
all of these characters are like super dynamic,
I
Because
know.
it's like,
I'm trying to like
has-
redo.
he has this
yeah.
he has this ideology of like, I'm here to help people, but in reality he wants what he wants. Like
He's like using
he
it as
doesn't
a
necessarily.
reason.
Yeah, like I would argue that Victor is more dutiful than Jace is. And Jace uses the same ideology as Victor, but he uses it in a way that is like, no, I'm gonna get what I want. Like
Mm.
I shouldn't be constrained by these rules, by these things.
I'm wondering if I should just because I'm only breaking these down by acts. Like I'm wondering if I really have to break it down into episodes, because they actually really change every episode. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
an act is 3 episodes, right? That's like
Sure.
a lot. But I don't know. maybe I'll do that if I feel like it.
Maybe
If I
you do
feel
a
like-
full breakdown of each episode. Then you can
No,
really like.
seriously, like that's what I'm like doing essentially. But I would
What's
so
the point of this?
it's just I
Because
mean,
in the
just for fun.
beginning,
I
he
like it.
he does things that are like definitely not good for society all the time. Like even whenever he started like experimenting with Arcane, like he knew the repercussions. Like it could have gone terrible. But
Right.
he wanted to further his own research. Like he wanted what he wanted, bro. He
So
knew.
all right,
I don't know.
do you think do you think he's like do you think he's like here then?
Yeah, I would put him. I'd put him
Like
there
a little bit up.
somewhere around there.
Yeah. And then Victor
Maybe
let's-
even on like maybe like one more step down towards
like here.
down, like
Yeah,
there,
towards
because
duty.
he's
Yeah.
not like
He's not
he
total
does
freedom.
abide by some rules, and he doesn't
Yeah.
think that everyone should have their way.
Mm-hmm.
But he certainly doesn't enjoy the idea of like being
Yeah.
limited in his beliefs. You know, like he feels like he can do right, and
Mhm.
he believes that his way is the way that could happen.
Yeah.
But he doesn't necessarily take into account the effects of others when he's doing it,
True. Or the shit that might turn
like the
to weapons.
repercussions. You know,
Okay. So we'll say
so
like
you're building
early
weapons.
like early Victor is down here, but he slowly goes like up here. Because he's not
I
really
would argue-
he's not
I
really
would argue
morality
that he-
either, right? Is he?
I would argue that he starts high, so he starts high in freedom, and as he sees the consequences of his actions, he starts falling down to duty.
You're talking about Victor or Jace?
Jace.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So he starts with like freedom. He's like, no, like my belief, like, you know, this is whatever. Oh
Yeah.
fuck! Did I open the chest?
Damn, this is like crazy to think about. Like the amount of like, because I'm curious if the writers actually did something like this. You know what I mean?
Probably
Like,
not.
I mean, there you should see their notes, bro. They released some of their notes, and it's like crazy. Okay. I mean, this is all subjective, honestly, too, right? Like, I would create a different board from this, but it's kind of just like interesting to think about. Okay.
And I would put Victor. I would put Victor like season 1 is like high morality and high duty.
You think he's
Like
like
almost like right next to Heimerdinger.
yeah?
you
Well,
know
he
what
is
I'm saying?
Heimerdinger's assistant, so you're right. Actually, he's actually
And
like
and
the-
it's not even just the fact that he's Heimerdinger's assistant, it's that like he really I would put him so far to the left believing in helping others. I would put him farther left than Heimer. And maybe
Right.
one up from
'Cause it-
his duty.
because he wants to. Oh shit! He wants to take away stuff.
Well, yeah,
from him, right? So,
like take his backstory for example. Like he hates that there's such a separation from the top to the bottom. You know, he
Right.
wants that to be equalized. And he does believe in like the betterment of people. So like that's kind of like the duty, I
yeah,
guess.
you're right. God, this is making me realize like how like I'm like in the clouds with thinking about how to make this. So, all right. What about Caitlyn?
Caitlin. I think she grew up in like a heavily duty oriented household. But that doesn't necessarily make her super dutiful. Like I would put morality all the way to the left.
I
Like,
don't think
you
she
know,
believes in
pretty-
power, but maybe not
but
as much as
I
Victor.
would hire her up on the duty. Maybe even put her like one notch at one of freedom. That's
You
where I
think
would
so?
put her.
At the beginning, I guess so, because she kind of wants to be like, she kind of does go
her-
off on her own with Vi and everything too. So we'll just say yeah, like
What is duty? What are we defining as duty? Belief that
Belie-
society takes priority over one's
What?
wants. It's such a weird way to
Dude,
describe duty, you know?
Call of
don't even know.
Duty, duty on the.
well, don't think about
porch.
duty. Just think about believes that society
The
takes priority over
definition?
one's wants. Yeah, just think about that.
Belief that society takes priority over one's wants. Believe that society takes priority over one's wants.
Unless you think of a better definition, like that's the best one I so far. but there might be like a better way of explaining it. Because it's like collectivism, right? Or like, you know, but then the opposite of that is like too much cooks in the kitchen.
Belief that society takes priority over one's wants. Or let's look at the opposite. Beliefs in individuality and freedom of choice. So it's either you are for people's decisions or you're for the decisions that better the world. I would actually put her farther down on duty because she more often than not she tramples over people's personal beliefs to do the right thing, you know.
I think she goes. Oh shit! I think she goes up, like when she goes. Oh shit! Why is there a thing there? When she goes with Vi, you know what I mean? Like she's here
I
at
think
first,
she
and then she
starts
goes
like
boop,
there.
and then she goes like boop. She goes up one. But we're just talking about the start, so we'll put
Yeah,
her there.
I think she is pretty dutiful. I would even put her like almost like right with Victor almost. Let's see, because
We'll just say
really,
right here.
True.
because
Yeah.
like let's take like Echo for example, like her interaction with Echo. You know, like he wants something out of the things that she wants, but she doesn't care what he wants.
Right.
She knows that this is the right thing to do. She knows that this is what is going to do right by like the collective, the society.
Right.
So she doesn't believe in freedom almost at all. Like she's like no, like I believe in doing the right thing for everyone else. Like and it doesn't matter what you think because I know what's right, you know. So that's kind of where I'd put her. I would maybe even put her like on 4. Like she's
Oh,
she's
like you're
very
talking about here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because think about it, like there's plenty of situations where she's just like fuck your feelings, you know.
I think at the beginning of Act 2, she's like that, but there's a part. There's like in the middle. Like if we went episode by episode, like this would be episode 4, season 1, episode 4, and then
Yeah,
episode
but even
5 she would go up, and episode 6 she would go up. Like she would go up here because that's when she's hanging out with Vi in the Undercity, and she's actually not supposed to do that. Like
yeah, but she's foregoing because there's a big difference between like the duty towards her parents and the duty towards the betterment of the city, and like they're in conflict with each other but they're still both duty, right? So it's like
right.
am I going to appease my parents or am I going to do what's right for the city? And she chooses the city, and that doesn't make her any less dutiful. she's just she's just more focused on like the betterment of people versus like what is good for my parents.
Okay, I hear. How about this? Let's change it. I think this might make more sense if you change the definition. But it's like believes that others
Well, your
others that
duty, the word duty is fucking this all up. Like, let's think. Like, what is that? What is that? Like, it's
let
not like
me
loyalty.
let me
It's
chat
like
GPT. Just give me synonyms for duty. Give me other words for duty. Let's see.
duty,
Obligation,
obligation,
commitment,
commitment.
responsibility.
Maybe no, not really
I think
responsibility. 'Cause,
obligation's
like,
pretty good. I think
yeah,
that
obligation can go like positive or negative. You know, it's like you're obligated to be a good person, or you're obligated to do this for someone. Maybe.
yeah. So
Because
like
like
obligation is
let's
like
take like
you're
Jinx and Caitlyn, like her obligation to Victor is like you saved me, so I am like loyal to you. And then Caitlyn is like my obligation is to the city because I care about the city or like making it better. You know,
right, yeah.
I guess that could be a word. Just doesn't have the same ring.
So maybe it's like
Like loyalty or
loyalty's pretty good. Cause then that's well
like who are you loyal
free,
to? I don't,
freedom versus loyalty though. Like
yeah, they're not like mutually exclusive.
Well, I would say, let's say freedom is
Just
like when you can
ask
break loyalty.
ChatGPT what's the opposite of freedom, because we already know freedom's a really good word. Like that's a great subject, you know. So what
Yeah.
is the opposite of freedom?
What's the opposite of freedom? Let's see what we got here. Oppression, captivity, bondage, slavery, imprisonment, subjugation, tyranny, confinement, restraint, coercion. In terms,
None of
oh,
those are
that's
good.
that's in terms of personal liberty. In terms of free will, obligation, responsibility, duty, constraint,
I
dependence,
like
necessity.
responsibility. I like responsibility a lot.
Okay, responsibility, response.
I don't know,
But
dude.
then
I
that's
don't
more. See
know.
that then you can say you're responsible to the city. I think it's like,
Maybe duty is the best word that we got.
well, okay. For example, like I feel
It's a
like
super abstract
this is
concept.
the interesting thing about that character, is that she feels a duty to the city, but it's only based on what
She
she believes
knows.
that it should be in a different way, which I feel like the reason why she believes it in a different way is because, oh shit, of what the god damn, stop it, let me pick her picture. All right, because of her freedom of choice, like she's choose I that's why she's not all the way up here. She just goes one up, I think, because she believes in she's choosing a different path, her own path, right? Even though she's still kind of bound to the city. That's why it's like this is all scalable, right? It's not like super black and white, but like she pushes more freedom because she still believes in the duty of the city, but she's just not gonna take the duty like the way her mom is basically saying do it. I'm pretty sure it's her mom, right? That's like you gotta do it this way.
Her parents, yeah, her mom's a counselor, so
Yeah. So
I don't
we'll
know.
just say there. It's then this is why like it's called the complexity, like of because it's fucking complex, right? Like no, the average person won't sit here and think about people that do this shit in real life.
Our friends would all make fun of us, and we'll just laugh along because the world will never
All right.
ever
What
be the
about
same.
Soko? You think he? I
Silco
think he's like.
power.
I think he's here.
I think he's all the way on the left side of power, and
Yeah.
I almost feel like freedom and power.
Yeah, I think so too. You're right. Because it's
Because
not
he doesn't
like.
give a fuck about anyone. He
Yeah, you're
just
right.
he like
Let's
he's
say he's
doing
up
this
here.
out of
He wants
he's not
Zahn, but it's like it's changed. I
only
think
for his
it's
own
changed.
personal gain, you know,
Yeah.
not because he cares about the people of Zon, you
Yeah.
know. Like Echo is a great example of this. Like I would flip-flop where Echo's at. Like I don't think he's believes in freedom per se. I think he's all the way down at duty because he believes truly that like he wants the betterment of the underworld, you know. And that's
Gotcha.
in conflict with the betterment of like, you know, this is we could make a separate graph that says errands. Maybe we shouldn't fuck up your graph, but
That is what?
like
Errands?
like my opinion. That way I'm not.
Oh no, I already have one. I have one up here. Like that's like it's not as organized, but these are like the general. Like this is just when I was like making it with another person. But this is more like there's like five by five blocks on the quadrants for this. So
It's like freedom. Because like the problem that I'm having running into is that like freedom and wanting better for people are not mutually exclusive.
I think well, let's think of duty as like societal norms. Like freedom is change in a way, like doing things differently. Um, believes in
Because
individuality and freedom of choice.
like freedom is
Let's
such an
say
abstract concept, you know, like
being different.
we say we're free in the United States, but there are still laws, you know, there are still
Oh,
things
of
that
course.
protect
Yeah,
people
yeah.
and like we're not actually free. Like if we were
Right.
truly free, you could just go out and shoot someone in the head and like okay, like that was your decision, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Um
We'll say that being uh different. We'll say different, having a
no.
different opinion,
My brain is turning into mush. I can't do this anymore.
then societal norms. How about that?
Let me think.
We'll expand the definition a little bit. And then for this, we'll say believes that society takes precedence over priority over one.
And which society? Who are they loyal to? You know, because
believes
it's
that
like high society or low society, or like you're trying to keep the status quo because your family's rich, or like you actually want the betterment of like the world, like communism type mentality, like everyone should be equal, kind of thing. Like, I don't
current
know.
obligations, current responsibility. Yeah, believes that
You could just
they're
you could define it as like almost like fairness for all, something like that.
but that's also like super subjective.
Yeah.
Fair, yeah. Oh, I'm just gonna
What is
like
fair?
every one of these people believe that that is like fair, and that's another thing I'm gonna work on is the just world theory, which is like where everybody
The
has
world
their
will
own
never
belief.
be fair.
Exactly, but
The
there's some
most you
people
can
that
hope
believe it's like
for
black and
is that
white. Like these two
the
people, like
world
these two people believe more that it's like if you do good in the world, everything will be okay. Not realizing like he creates a bunch of weapons. The Undercity's been fucking suffering all this time, and she didn't know about
yeah,
it. Yeah, so that's like
yeah.
they go through
Because
that
like
arc.
the most that you can hope for is that you give everyone an equal opportunity. But the world will never be fair because no man is created equal. Like
Right,
everyone
100%.
has their own, like expecting things to be like equal, like forcing equality.
Yeah,
You are doomed. You are doomed. Like your society is truly doomed. I firmly believe that because now you have the smartest of the smart and the dumbest of the dumb all having like the same
100%.
lifestyle, like,
Yeah,
and that can't be true. That can't be
yeah.
true because that's not how it works in nature. Like it's just that
Almost,
simple.
almost like need you to watch like, dude, you're so helpful. I just want you to watch like Arcade 2, right? Like the second season right now, because it's like I want to say something, but then I'll give it away. You know what I mean? Like, so
I'm probably gonna hop over into the other Discord. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm
I know
down.
no one's there right now, but
I'm down. Because I'm
I've
waiting
got to
for
do
that too.
something.
I'm waiting for that too. That's why. So, oh, all right, he left.
Oh, you're leaving us? Okay, well,
Love you guys, man.
liar.
Gabagoo.
Gabagoo is here to talk about Arcane. Dude, like
we really have to define these more.
it's so dude,
That's
it's
my
so
problem.
like it's weird because like I thought it was gonna actually be more simple than this, and then like the more I get into it, I'm like, man, this is not simple at all. Like they wrote these characters so well that it's hard for me to like put them places.
Okay, you could keep freedom and duty, and you could rephrase the definition as freedom being the belief that you have the correct pathway forward. So maybe like believing in your own way. So like belief in your own solution, and duty being like belief in like leadership, believing in like the the things that people tell you to do, like having trust in your leaders. That would
Believing,
be more
okay, gotcha. Yeah,
that would
you're
be
right.
more polarizing.
Yeah,
Because
I
now it's like a personal belief, and anyone, good or bad, they can fall within those personal beliefs. Like Silco, he is fully freedom because he believes in his way. But like Jinx, she is in duty because she doesn't believe in her way. She doesn't even have a way. She just listens.
right. That's interesting. Okay, that's way better. That's way better. Now that you said that, so believing that your choice is the correct one, we'll say that's freedom,
And
right?
basically, yeah, like keep it
Duty,
simple.
putting trust in your leaders,
Yeah, like
or yeah,
that's way better.
leaders or
Or
mentors.
putting trust in something else, like something other than your own ideology or whatever
And
you want to, however you can phrase that.
putting trust in your leaders or another ideology. That makes sense because, you know, like if people that believe in different religions and whatnot, right? Like they don't really, you know, it's like that's a thing in real life too.
Yeah.
So everybody has like different religions that they just go along with it, and then there are people that break away from it. They believe that their choice is the correct one. So I think that's way easier to polarize and define that. Is that? Do you think morality and power is pretty good though? Believes the strongest survives. Believes in helping those who can't help themselves.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree
fine.
with the term morality, but
Principle?
no, I think morality is fine. But let's focus on the definitions. The words don't matter, the definitions matter so much.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So it's like belief in helping those weaker than you, like helping those that are, yeah, that's a fine definition. And then power is like the strong survive. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's a great
So it was really just
polarization.
these two that were kind of messing. Because I was looking at it too, and I was like,
Well, it's because some people fell within both categories, and it's like
yeah, it was
it
like,
wasn't
how do you
making sense.
polarize that? Now, like believing that your choice is the correct one is like, oh, okay, you know, that there's a point in every character arc that people will break away from what other people think.
Some people don't like I feel like Heimerdinger. He's like,
Yeah, he is.
That's
Oh,
kind of
now we
tough, bro.
changed the definition. Now we're gonna move people around.
Well, and that's tough because like if you believe in your leadership, isn't that your choice? Like then everyone's free. You know, I don't know. This is tough. This is really tough.
Believing that your choice is the correct one. Even
everyone believes that their
if
choice is the correct one.
believing
Otherwise
that
they wouldn't choose it.
Believing that your choice is the correct one, even
Believing you
though
have a better way, maybe. Like you have a
believing that
better.
your choice is the better way. But then that could go. Believing you have.
Dude, this is so fucking hard.
Believing that you're. Oh my god! I like breaking away from the norm. I don't know. Breaking away from.
Maybe okay.
No.
Wait a second. Oh, God, I can't think.
Duty, individuality, because you kind of have freedom to choose. Like, put trust in your leader. Like, you have
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Like,
technically, everyone's free because they believe the choice that they made is correct, even if that choice is believing in your leader. You know. So like
believing that there's a better way.
Not necessarily. Let's think.
There's a better way. I mean, that's better than the one choice for now, I think.
Yeah.
But we'll see if we can.
Believing that.
Status quo compared to the status quo. We'll say that. That way it's comparing. I realize how hard frameworks would be in fucking more belief structures, bro.
Yeah, because like think about it, who would actually be under duty? Not many people. Like maybe Jinx. Like definitely Jinx. Like that is like one person. For sure.
Putting your trust in your leaders, or yeah, now that we changed the definition, like the board's gonna change.
Yeah,
so let's say putting trust in your leaders or another ideology. Or okay, putting trust in your leaders or adopting their ideology. So believing that there's a better way compared to the status quo. So I feel like these are close to opposite. Like no, they're better. putting your trust in your leaders or adopting their ideology means like you don't come up with your own thoughts. You're kind of just like someone tells you what to do, you do it. Someone says it's this way. Believing there's a better way compared to the status quo. We'll put like original of thought. Oh, actually, I mean nothing's really original though. Original thought maybe? Like it came from you, not someone else. Original thought, and we'll put like group think. How about that? Am I breaking your brain?
It's like a tough concept.
It is. And I already know, like, I'm trying to find people like you and other people to ask for feedback because I know people are gonna tear this apart. Like, be like,
Kind of what you want though. Like I said, bro, the very first thing I said whenever you mentioned this idea to me is I'm like, wow, that's gonna farm comments. I literally said that. I was like, that's gonna farm engagement.
Dude, it's like,
and that was the very first thing that I told you. I was like, this,
dude,
this farms engagement.
I want to show you like the AMV and everything, but you didn't watch season 2, so I don't want to spoil it from you. But like, I'm making like in between sections of each emotion. There's a music video for each emotion. That's like a compilation of like all that emotions parts, and it's matched with like someone that made like the like people that do like the epic music for different theme songs for like they just do covers. So they're letting me 2 different people are letting me use their like music. So it's like it's not exactly like the music from the show, but it sounds like it.
I like morality and power. I think those are pretty good. It's this top and bottom that are fucking it up for me, bro.
Maybe what if we just take it away and throw it on a dichotomy? Like I don't know, like if you're like morality and power, like, but then Jinx would just be in the middle because she wouldn't care, and that's why I made freedom and duty, because she doesn't even care about morality or power at a point, right? She's just like, I'm gonna do whatever.
Her idea is that she wants to be strong enough for herself. Like she's tired of being the weak one. I think she would lean a lot more towards power because it's like it's this thing where, you know, as she was growing up, she relied on all these people that told her she was like worthless, you know?
Yeah.
So now as an adult, she's latched on to this like quote unquote father figure, and she's like incredibly competent, you know, she's very, very intelligent, and she just wants, I don't know, like she just wants not power for the sake of power, but power for
she just wants enough. She just wants enough to be like self-sustaining, and also
not even self-sustaining, she wants to be like, she wants that approval, you know? It's like that, it's like that classic like just love me, you know, like just you know, I just want you to say you're proud of me type shit.
That's her the whole series. I even have that in my notes. That's her main emotion is despair and the need to be accepted.
Abandonment. Yeah. Sean, dude, I'm happy you're here.
Sean, have you watched Arcane at all?
No, you asked me that the other day. I haven't had a chance to. It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, bro. I'm deep. We're deep in this fucking.
We're deep diving.
We're deep diving in this shit.
Yeah, I got a torrent, and I just haven't had a chance. I've been busy with the kids and band and stuff. I don't get much time to sit and watch TV anymore.
Dude, it's.
I haven't even watched the freaking new Vox Machina.
Sad.
It was sad.
No, I'm telling you that's sad.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That you haven't been able to do that.
I've sat down like twice to watch the first episode and either had to stop or I fell asleep.
I'm glad you carved out a couple hours to play some D&D.
So what's the plan?
I don't know. I was asking in the chat all day and got nothing. I'm over it, bro. I don't give a fuck what we do.
Yeah, I can't.
Something.
Yeah. I have to know who's playing to know what to do.
Everyone's playing.
Well, if everyone's gonna play and has characters, then I guess we can do Strahd then.
I know. I kind of feel bad for just like abandoning the one shot. I like.
Oh no. I mean, it's not
Who's
abandoned, it's
We can
who's
always
sitting
come
there.
back.
yeah. Who's playing
It's
who's playing
It's
Strahd?
you, me, Zilda, and Isaac.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's good enough then. Like, I'm down to just do Strahd, and then like maybe
Me
one
too.
day we can come back and do when we're like, I don't know, something
Like if
comes up.
Zilda can't make it or something.
Yeah. I'd rather do that because that's the main campaign than the one shot.
Yeah, exactly. I really want to do Strahd, bro. Like I am fiending.
All right, Ace, can you like hurry up and finish season 2?
Yeah, I'll watch it. Actually, what I'll do,
I
just
really
so that we
need your
can
help.
talk about it.
I will
all right?
send you. I will upload the files for you, bro. If you didn't, I have them all.
I will. I will go ahead and watch it.
Dude, do you
Dude,
want
I
to?
just got the biggest chest in the world.
Here,
Oh
here,
my god.
I'm gonna stop the stream, but I'll pick it up another time. Here, I'm gonna show you this. Like, at least. I'm just
Dude,
doing this
I
until
just
I
got-
burn out.